Welcome back to Switched to Linux. Well, we have wiped Solus and now we are running Deepin on real hardware. So we're going to go ahead and walk through kind of a brief setup. So before we get started here, we're using about 1.2 megabyte right now. Of course, take note that Simple Screen Recorder is running and that is taking quite a bit of memory. It was right back down just under 1 gig when I started. And so that is an option. Now, I did not get the option the first time I ran it to whether I want to turn on the big animations or whatever else. And I've heard that that takes a lot of system memory out. So we're going to go ahead and make some small adjustments. First, I don't like this Doctype View that this has, and so I'm going to go ahead and switch it to the full-on mode there, and I like it on the bottom. Let's see what it looks like on each side. So you can actually put it on each side if you want. If I run those anywhere, I generally would run them on the side, on this side like that. So I don't know, that might be a fascinating thing to use. Top's out for me. I don't like stuff on the top. So let's go ahead and just run it on the bottom for now. Of course, I use 12-hour settings for my main clock. There's disk. Here's my shutdown, my current volume, network. Wireless network does appear to be working. I mean, I think. That's not my network. I don't know why it's not detecting. Well, actually, I do know why. My networks are silent. They are hidden. So we have our simple screen recorder over here. And we have our control settings. Now, of course, we have, I am running Simple Screen Recorder. This is the only thing I did is I installed that. Why Simple Screen Recorder? Doesn't this have its own Deepin Screen Recorder? Yes, it does, but it doesn't record audio. And it seems to have no settings, or if there are settings, then I don't know where they are. I am going to need to make some software changes. It has Google Chrome by default. I absolutely do not want to run Google Chrome on my computers, never. I also am not interested in WPS. The biggest reason I'm not is WPS actually has this end user license agreement. This is closed source software that has a EULA that I cannot agree to. And I have read all of this. You'll have to read it yourself, but it's a lot of things that I don't want anything to do with. So I'm going to be declining that. So usually I don't bother with removing software I don't like, but we're just going to go ahead and do that. So of course, this I have not jumped in here other than just my quick views. I really haven't done anything in this, so let's kind of see what this looks like together. So here we are. We have inside of our software manager. Now, one of the things I'm going to point out first and foremost is this is a really nice themed desktop. A lot of people talk about Elementary being slick and modern. No, Elementary looks like a knockoff Mac. This actually looks good. It looks slick. It looks beautiful. And so what we're going to do first is let's go ahead and get rid of software I don't want. So WPS Office, I don't want that. Cloud Print, don't want anything dealing with the cloud. Adobe Flash Player, yeah, kill it. Gedit's not bad. File Roller, this looks like just, Events looks like just a installer. Let's see, System Monitor, Deepin Movie, Deepin Manual, Deepin Graphics Driver Manager. That's good. I'll go ahead and keep these on in case I need those. Notice that a lot of these are done with flat packs. I'm not a huge fan of the flat pack world, but we'll leave it the way it is. All right, Cloud Scan, and let's go ahead and remove Google Chrome as well. Those seem like the only things in there that I really want to get rid of right off the top. All right, so now let's go ahead and add the things that I'm going to want to add into this. Of course, I want LibreOffice. One of the things that's interesting about this is I don't actually have to come in here and verify my password. That is probably going to be for some people maybe a little bit disconcerting, maybe. Let's do Firefox Quantum. That's the Tor browser. Chromium, I like that. I don't really need a core Tor browser. I don't need Vivaldi. Generally, I use Firefox for my general stuff and Chromium for my YouTube stuff. Except if it's like a long-term computer, I actually use WaterFox instead of Firefox. Let's see. The other thing that I need is... Looks like I can't do that. Evolution. So I use Evolution for what I'm doing as well. All right, let's look under our music. What do we have? Let me actually sort by this so I can sort a little bit better. So we just have the basic Deepin music, video, screen recorder, Office. I guess as it looks like LibreOffice may not be there yet. Okay, let's see. I use Audacity frequently. If I'm going to do anything with podcasting, I generally prefer Rhythmbox these days. I didn't see LibreOffice in my system. Let's go ahead and look for that again. Apparently LibreOffice did not... Oh, there it is. Now it's installing itself. All right. Graphics, of course, GIMP. I use Blender, but not on this computer. This computer is not quite powerful enough for Blender. I do that on the other one. Oh, and you know what? The other one I do is, let's look for Kodi. All right, so it does appear to be doing its thing there. So it's currently, it looks like it's downloading 4 items. So I really like the way the software system works. It's definitely interesting and unique. Let's see, is there any other software I might need? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and while that's doing its thing, let's look at the wallpapers. I generally like to run something on this PC. I generally like to run something that has the lovely gray. I like to run something that actually has the name of the distro on it, but I'm not seeing anything. Let's go with desktop. I might just go with the nature scenes. Let's go with that one. I like that. That's good enough. All right, so we have the option here already for new documents. Of course, those are generally, if you don't know how to get your new document folder listed, then what we need for that is go into your file manager. And into your file manager, there should, in theory, and I'm not seeing it right now, but there should, in theory, be a place called Templates. I don't think it's a hidden folder, but maybe it is. Or maybe it doesn't exist on this. Can we get to a terminal with a hotkey? Yes, we can. Really? Templates does not exist? I don't know what that funky guy is right there. Can anybody explain to me what else is over there right now? Let's see. We got desktop. We got documents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Desktop documents, downloads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got something else going on there. Does that show up? Oop. Does that show up here as well? It does. I don't even know how to get to that thing. Let me do this. Copy this. That's kind of interesting. Can anybody explain to me what this hidden secret directory happens to be on my folder? That's kind of exciting. Maybe I don't want to put all my accounts on this type of stuff. Maybe I'll just run this account free for a couple of days and see how I like it. All right, let's see here. So some people say that this is too basic of a file manager. This is the Deepin file manager. Let's see, show hidden folders, behavior, icons, views. Anyway, where I was going with this is usually in a Linux distro, there's another folder in your home folder that is called templates. Let's see if it's down here. See, I can see that right there now. That's a little, why? All right, you, go away. Thank you. There should be one in here called templates, which I'm actually not seeing. There is a Kingsoft, that's for WPS. I'm just going to delete that. And where I was going is inside of many of your Linux distros, there is a folder that is called templates, and inside of that is where you would put your new documents. I'm not sure where to put those new documents in this particular distro, so that's a little interesting. I'll have to look into that. Probably somewhere else. One of the things I am noticing is, yeah, I guess I can click the home to go back. It wasn't working for me the first time. This computer's in LAN. See if this shows up with anything. It should be able to see my NAS. It doesn't, so let's go ahead and okay, so that's actually is giving me my login prompt, so I'm not going to enter that for security reasons. All right, so that's good. Let's see. That says everything is set to go, so let's go ahead and have a look at this again. Let's go back to, I want to go back to our list view, verify the things I wanted. So there's Chromium, Firefox Evolution, GIMP, there's LibreDraw, Kodi, LibreWriter, rest of LibreOffice is there. So I think that's everything we installed. Audacity, Rhythmbox. I'm not sure why Google Chrome is still showing up in that list. We did uninstall Google Chrome. See if it actually loads for me. So I did uninstall Google Chrome and it is still there. Let's verify if I uninstalled it. Maybe I just didn't click the button right. I thought I did. So that's interesting. You guys did see me uninstall Google Chrome. Is it still here? It says install here, but apparently it is still installed on the system. Is it purge? Not purse. Maybe it's not purge. There's a line there to do that. Unable to locate package Google Chrome. So unable, okay, let's try sudo apt remove. Let's just try Chrome. Unable to locate the package. So it's still loading here. Okay. Huh. Can I right click uninstall from here? Confirm uninstall. Okay, guys. Apparently Google Chrome just wants to keep on going. Okay, so now it says it's successfully removed. Okay. So Uninstalling it in the installer didn't seem to get rid of it. What else did I get rid of? I also got rid of WPS. I don't see that in my system, though, do I? Yeah, so apparently if you are truly wanting to uninstall Google Chrome, you have to uninstall it from inside here. So we can right-click something and hit the uninstall button. So that's a little interesting. Okay, good to know. Let's see if there's any settings I might want to change. Okay, so there's that. Modify avatar. Yeah, I like that bird. That bird looks pretty cool. Let's go with that bird. Bird, 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 get the bird, the bird, say bird, 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 get the bird, the bird. All right. Okay, I can toggle the auto login, which because I have to enter the password in order to do that. Okay, good. All right, display settings. So I think I should be able to scale the display settings like that. Let's boot up the file manager, see what that did. Whoa, yep. I hope y'all can see that better because it's way too big for me now. I'm going to keep that down at 1. So there's our screen resolution, which is good. Wireless screen projection. Huh. I'm not sure what wireless screen projection is. We do have a night shift mode. There's some brightness and things for if you were running this on a laptop. View by logging out after... Oh, okay. Apparently I need to re-log in or something. All right, so here's my default applications. We're going to keep Firefox. Chromium is actually going to be used for my other stuff. Let's see. Let's actually use Evolution for my default mail client. Text, basic text editor, definitely. Music. Let's use Deepin Music and Video Deepin Movie. Probably because those are going to be a lot better. They're going to be a lot easier to, a lot faster to load is what I'm looking for. Okay, so theme. We have a couple theming options. So here's your dark option. Let's boot this up. See, whoa, apparently I do need to reboot the computer in order to get that. I don't know why it scales up. It just doesn't like to scale back down, apparently. That's a little annoying. Oh well, I'll just have to reboot the system. But we're going to do that. So we have Maria, icon. You know, we have to use the C because, frankly, we're in Deepin. We have to use the C for Deepin. Duh. I'm going to use, I do like the Deepin default ones with the weight icons with the oceany theme. That's very slick. It's very nice looking. All right. So I'm not sure when I'll actually get that dark mode. Probably have to reboot for that. Okay, network. So if you do need to add a VPN, you can add it over there in the VPN system here. You can create one or import one. I'll have to do a video on that sometime. All right, sound. So this is one of the things that's not as easy to get to as it is in Budgie, but the sound does allow you to get in here and figure out which audio devices are where. Okay. Time and date, auto sync, time settings. Here's power management. Monitor will suspend. 15 minutes is good. Computer will suspend. And let's do never on that. No for that, yes for the computer, but that's turned off. Here's your mouse, double click test. Uh-oh. It's cat. Okay, so that's checking for updates. And update settings. We can prompt the notification if the system update mirror has been modified. We can auto clear the package cache, and we can auto download updates, which is turned off by default. And then we actually can switch our mirrors here if we want as well. So that's a CDN mirror. Let's just do Linux kernel. I'm not going to test the speeds right now. Okay, keyboards, there's update, and then here is your final information. Boot menu, startup. Okay, so there we have that set up. Now let's see, is there anything else we need? Can I get to those settings? Okay, so I can get to the settings just by clicking in the bottom corner. So I can undock my settings from that. No, I don't need my calendar, thank you. Deepin movie, I can undock you. Undock you. Undock you. File manager's good. Multitasking view. And show desktop. Can I drag things around? Can I put the desktop or anywhere? No, I really, like, I can drag things only that far. Let's see, there's our network settings, there's our status, keep shown, our size. Let's go with small. And everything else there is good. Now, do I want this or do I want the menu mode? Oh, I keep on missing the button. There it is. All right, so there we are. We have a menu mode. Downside is I have not found a way to access the clock over there. Here's our settings panel, which is good. I haven't found a way to adjust the clock there. We can go back to the main full screen view with this guy here, but I just kind of generally prefer this. There's the all categories. Okay, let's see. So my guess is if we boot these guys up that we want on the boot up the guys that we want down there. So you can see it's still giving me big sizey stuff. All right, we're gonna go ahead and dock that. Jeesh. Dock that. I turn that scaling on way high. All right, and I'm not sure what if I'm gonna need. Oh yeah, you know what else I need? Let's see, internet, evolution. Okay, send to dock, and I also want my. Gotta find Thunderbird. Is it under internet? Oh, it is under internet. Send to dock. Okay, so anything that I want on the desktop, I should be able to, let's see. Okay. System. So like any of the applications, I think I could send this to desktop. This will get me that'll get me kind of my file manager there. What I kind of want though is the trash. Okay, so there's the trash can. So that's sent to dock. Now let's see if I can find this home folder. I can do computer, but I don't see the ability to do home folder. I guess the desktop, the file manager is really what I need the home folder for. How about network? I don't see network options there, but again, I can get to that from this. So, not as many desktop icons as I would like, but that's going to suffice for me. All right, so the next thing I'm going to need to do, which I'll do off camera, is I'm going to drop in my settings, which is going to that's actually going to enable all of my accounts to drop in. So my bookmarks, my everything I need for that. So this is kind of set up now. Isn't there a place I can adjust the hot corners? Status plugins. Okay, settings. Display. I thought somewhere there was a place to do hot corners. And this is unable to get weather. That's okay because I don't really want it to anyway. Clear all those all the notifications. As much as I hate hot corners, I think I'm actually going to need to use them. So this is kind of a downside that I'm seeing so far, is that I'm looking for something specifically that should be in settings, and this is just, there's just so much craziness on this thing. I thought I saw it at one point in time. Oh, there you go. Corner settings. That's what I was looking for. So that's the control center. This closes. Oh, that's going to drive me totally mad. Let's see. Gets me the launcher. Let's do... Actually, let's change this to the control center. Let's change this to the desktop. That's the launcher, and this is all Windows. So do you have to, I think you have to click it, right? Okay. Okay, so you actually have to click it to cause your effect. So that's actually good. We're going to boot up a couple windows here. And then come down here, minimize that. Now let's see. Okay, that's pretty much the exact functionality that I want. Although occasionally I hit the calendar there. So that's actually good. That's pretty much exactly what I want. So let me go ahead and, uh-oh. Houston, I think we froze something. No, we're frozen. So at this point, it appears as though the desktop has crashed out. So I'm trying a variety here of Alt-Control-Delete will have enabled me to get this screen here. But there's nothing else I can do. The mouse is unresponsive. Any other keyboard's unresponsive. It looks as though what happened here is that the desktop entirely froze. And most other distributions, desktops, whatever, if the desktop crashes, it will recover itself. So it does appear that one of the major flaws with Deepin is if there is a desktop crash, it cannot recover itself. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to get into the terminal with the Alt F2. And eventually what I'm going to do is we've lost something. Reboot the system. We are completely lost in this. So I'm just going to have to reboot the system. And actually, I got one more thing I can try before I do that. So that one more thing I'm doing is I'm trying to get into the Alt F2, which will get you a terminal window. So that what you're seeing there is it went black because I'm actually in a terminal window on the other side. It just doesn't see that. I'm actually going to go back and then hit that key in a different way that will pull up the terminal at the very top. So you'll see we'll go back to the desktop here in just a moment. Entire desktop has become completely unresponsive. And so now I'm hoping I can get back there, still can't. So I hold Control Alt F2 will give me the terminal on top of the window. From here, just type in sudo reboot, enter the password, and the entire system rebooted. So that's Deepin. I hope you've enjoyed this video from SwitchedtoLinux. If you'd like to help support the channel, check out the links at the top. There is another video over here. You can check out our Patreon page down here. And you can check out shop.switchedtolinux.com for information on a t-shirt like this or some other designs. Thanks for watching and hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.